retirees and seniors relying on SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, or waiting on any stimulus relief. There's a hidden side to these programs that most explanations skip. Right now in 2026, with new rules, limits, and changes affecting your checks, understanding the lesser-known realities could protect your income. Stick with me to uncover what really matters, and if this helps, hit that like button to spread the clarity. Many of you, retirees, seniors, and families relying on SSI, SSDI, VA disability benefits, or still hoping for any remaining stimulus relief, have worked hard your whole lives, paid into the system, and now depend on these programs for stability. Yet there's a side to these benefits that official explanations often gloss over, one that can quietly affect your monthly checks in ways you might not expect. Right now in 2026, Social Security and SSI payments have increased by 2.8% through the annual cost of living adjustment, bringing the maximum federal SSI payment to $994 for an individual and $1,491 for a couple. That's helpful against rising costs. But the strict SSI resource limits remain unchanged at $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple, rules that haven't risen in decades and can disqualify people with modest savings. For those on SSDI, the substantial gainful activity threshold is now $1,790 per month for non-blind recipients, higher at $2,130 for blind, and the trial work period starts at $1,200 in earnings. Key details if you're thinking about part-time work without losing everything. VA disability compensation doesn't offset SSDI or retirement benefits, but it can reduce SSI due to income counting. These lesser-known rules matter more than ever as everyday expenses climb. In this video, we'll walk through these realities clearly and factually, so you can protect what you've earned and make informed choices. If this brings you the clarity you're seeking, please like the video. It helps others find this too. Let's get started. Thanks for joining me today. If you're a retiree, a senior, or someone caring for a loved one who relies on SSI, SSDI, VA disability benefits, or has been waiting on any kind of stimulus relief, I know these programs feel like a lifeline. You've worked hard, paid into the system, and now these checks help cover the basics: groceries, rent, medications. But as we talked about in the intro, there's a side to these benefits that official explanations often skip over. It's not dramatic or scary. It's just the real rules that can quietly impact your monthly amount in ways you might not see coming. Let's walk through this together, step by step, using only the facts straight from the Social Security Administration. No guesses, no hype, just clear information so you can protect what you've earned. If something here resonates or helps clarify your situation, drop a like right now. It really helps others find this video too. And if you have questions as we go, feel free to comment below. I'll reply to as many as I can. First, let's start with the good news we all heard recently. In 2026, Social Security and SSI payments increased by 2.8% through the annual cost of living adjustment, or COLA. That means the average Social Security retirement benefit went up by about $56 a month starting in January, and the maximum federal SSI payment is now $994 for an individual or $1,491 for a couple. For many of you, that extra amount helps offset rising costs for food, utilities, or healthcare. It's automatic, and it's based on how the Consumer Price Index measures everyday expenses. If you're getting that higher check now, that's real relief. But here's where things get less straightforward. The parts most quick explanations leave out. Take SSI, for example. SSI is needs-based, designed for people with limited income and resources who are aged, blind, or disabled. The federal maximum sounds helpful at $994, but your actual payment gets reduced by countable income, and there are strict resource limits that haven't changed in decades. Those resource limits are still $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple. That's cash in the bank, stocks, or other countable assets. Your home and one car usually don't count, but savings above that threshold can make you ineligible entirely until you spend down below the limit. Imagine you've saved a little extra from years of careful budgeting, maybe $2,500 in the bank for emergencies. Suddenly, that modest cushion disqualifies you from SSI until it's under $2,000. It's frustrating because those limits were set long ago and haven't kept up with inflation or rising living costs. Many seniors I've heard from say they feel penalized for being responsible with money, and income counting adds another layer. VA disability compensation doesn't offset SSDI or Social Security retirement benefits. Those programs run independently, so you can receive both without one reducing the other. That's great for veterans who've earned VA payments for service-connected conditions. But for SSI, VA benefits count as unearned income. After a small $20 general exclusion, VA payments reduce your SSI dollar for dollar. Say a veteran gets $400 a month in VA disability and qualifies for SSI. That $400 minus $20 counts fully against the SSI maximum, lowering the SSI check significantly. In practice, many end up with a combined amount that's stable but less flexible than expected. Let me share a real-world scenario to make this clearer. Meet Maria. She's 68, a widow, and receives a modest Social Security retirement benefit plus SSI to help with living expenses. She also gets a small VA survivor's benefit from her late husband's service. Everything seemed fine until her VA payment increased slightly. Because VA counts against SSI, her SSI dropped by almost the same amount. She didn't lose eligibility, but her total monthly cash stayed roughly the same while costs rose. It's not that the programs are against each other, it's just how income rules interact quietly. Now, shifting to SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, for those who've worked and paid into the system. SSDI isn't needs-based like SSI, so resources don't matter, and you can get it alongside VA benefits without offset. But if you're thinking about returning to work part-time, the rules get tricky in ways many don't realize up front. To stay eligible for SSDI, your earnings generally can't exceed Substantial Gainful Activity, or SGA. In 2026, that's $1,690 per month for non-blind recipients and $2,130 for those who are blind. Go over that consistently, and benefits can stop after a grace period. But Social Security wants to encourage work when possible, so there are protections. You get a trial work period. Any month you earn over $1,210 counts as a trial month, and you can have up to 9 of those, not necessarily consecutive, within 60 months while still getting full benefits. After that, there's an extended period of eligibility for 36 months where you can receive benefits for any month earnings stay below SGA. Picture John, a 62-year-old retiree on SSDI after a back injury. He wants to do light consulting a few hours a week. If he earns $1,000 one month under SGA, he keeps full benefits. But if he hits $1,800, that month counts toward his trial work, yet he still gets paid. He can test the waters without immediate loss. Many people discover this only after worrying they'd lose everything by trying any work. It's a safety net, but you have to report earnings accurately to avoid overpayments. For stimulus relief, another topic that comes up often, there haven't been new widespread federal stimulus checks tied to Social Security, SSI, or SSDI in recent years, like during the earlier economic support periods. Any potential future relief would depend on legislation, and SSA would announce it officially if it happens. Right now, the focus remains on the COLA and existing benefits. These rules matter more than ever because everyday expenses keep climbing: medications, home repairs, even groceries. Understanding them helps you plan ahead. For instance, if you're on SSI and have a little extra in savings, talking to SSA about spend-down options or ABLE accounts for disability-related expenses can preserve eligibility. Or if you're on SSDI and VA, knowing no direct offset exists gives peace of mind to combine them. We've covered the key hidden realities: unchanged SSI resource limits that trap modest savings, how VA income reduces SSI but not SSDI, work trial protections that let you test earning without full loss, and the absence of new stimulus tied directly to these programs. It's not about fear, it's about empowerment through facts. If this has helped you understand your situation better or spot something you want to check, please hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this is valuable and helps more seniors find it. Subscribe if you want more calm, fact-based breakdowns like this, and drop a comment. Which part surprised you most? Or share a quick tip that's helped you navigate these rules. I'll read everyone. We've covered the real, often overlooked side of these programs today, the parts that official overviews sometimes skip. The 2.8% COLA gave a helpful boost in 2026, raising maximum federal SSI to $994 for an individual or $1,491 for a couple, and adding about $56 on average to Social Security checks. That's meaningful relief against rising costs. But the strict SSI resource limits stay frozen at $2,000 for one person and $3,000 for a couple, rules unchanged for decades that can quietly disqualify modest savings. VA disability pays fully alongside SSDI without offset, yet it reduces SSI after exclusions. And for SSDI, the work incentives are there. Earn up to $1,690 a month, or $2,130 if blind, without losing benefits, plus that trial work period starting at $1,110 to test part-time work safely. No new stimulus checks are tied to these programs right now, but understanding these interactions helps you plan. The key takeaway? These aren't traps. They're rules you can navigate with knowledge. Knowing them protects your income, lets you make smart choices about savings or work, and gives you peace of mind. You're not alone. Millions rely on these benefits just like you, and facts make all the difference. If this cleared things up or helped you spot something important for your situation, please give it a like. It helps more retirees and seniors find this kind of straightforward info. Drop a comment below. What surprised you most, or has this changed how you'll approach your benefits? And if you want more calm, fact-based guides, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching all the way through. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and know you've got this.